What's up, car guys and car girls? The 716 car guys. We're getting official now. We got some swag. There's not a lot going on in Buffalo. It's kind of crappy out still. Unfortunately, not a lot of snow, so we can't even ride the sleds. But I was watching some podcasts the other day, and I figured we'll try a podcast. No COVID-19 drama, no political crap. Just guys talking cars. Like and subscribe. Let's get into it. Sitting here with these guys, there's like me and Chris are the main 716 car guys, I guess you could say. And then we have like a couple buddies that are like our clique, like our friends. We got tons of buddies out there in the street scene, but these are like the dudes that cruise and come to the meets with us. Unfortunately, I think you've seen that guy before. He's got the F-150 base model. And then this guy, we just did a video with him. He doesn't come around a lot. He's a busy guy, works a lot. But he's got the Rat Rod, the S10 with the roof cut off. He's got a lot of cool stuff. So I'm glad he was able to make it up with us today.
Oh, thanks for having me.
This is going to be a little weird. We never really did the podcast thing where you sit and talk. So we're just going to talk cars, I guess. The one thing that I wanted to go over is local stuff. Is they're not doing cavalcade of cars this year in Buffalo because of the pandemic and all that stuff. So that's done. That ran for 27 years. So
consecutively, I'd imagine.
Yeah, 27 consecutive years. I think it was 1992 or 93 was the first one, but it was kind of apparently they're not having good luck with New York State trying to have it put on, and then Motorama is still supposedly planned, but I'm not seeing
in Detroit, right?
Motorama in Buffalo.
Oh,
yeah,
the one at the fairgrounds you're talking about?
Yeah, the one at the fairgrounds.
Would it be? Is it later, in the year?
Well, they're talking about trying to do one in April.
In
Syracuse, because they used to have a cavalcade in Rochester or Syracuse. They're going to try to do it in April. They're going to try and see what happens, but. I know Pittsburgh still. You go on the Pittsburgh Autorama website.
Yeah, still says dates.
Yeah, there's still stuff going on. So I mean, that's still up in the air. So I don't know what's gonna happen with the
What was the Pennsylvania one?
Pittsburgh.
End of
That's
February?
Pittsburgh. Yeah, that's
End of February.
Yeah.
February.
So late this year.
Make it out to that one.
That was fun last year.
It's always a good time.
There's a lot of cool stuff, and I like going because you see different stuff that you don't see here.
Yeah.
If you go to the same Buffalo shows year after year, the same type of groups of cars. I mean, it's still fun because, there's no car shows this year, so it kind of sucked. A lot of your boys and a lot of friends you see over the summer that you don't see, you didn't get to see them this year because there's no car shows.
You got to get out of your backyard this year.
Yeah, the drag strip was, limited on what they could do. So that kind of sucks. But I don't know what's going to happen with the auto show, and that's killing us for content because we were planning to go to those shows, interact, maybe goof around with some of our friends and have fun, but it ain't.
A lot of the shows we go to are a yearly, it's like a tradition.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel
hardcore happening.
I've been going since I was a kid with my dad, I mean, and I love when you walk in because it's the smell of a nice convention center, but then with a hint of gasoline in the air.
Just lingering.
Because these old hot rods come rumbling in there, and the smell lingers all week.
Watching them leave is super cool too.
I went there and I stick around, especially Motorama in Buffalo. They always leave, and they always put on because they don't care. And Buffalo's usually pretty lenient with that.
Well, they take it right down the street, right?
Yeah, you can put on.
At the Pittsburgh one, they had to go down
Pittsburgh's
floors.
It's more January, February, so it's kind of it's usually crap.
I've seen videos of them leaving that. I don't think I've actually made it up that show though.
We've gone. I don't think they've actually done anything. It's just you get to watch all the cars idle past you, maybe tap the throttle, and nothing real wild.
Yeah,
I think it was when they had the Street Outlaw guys maybe 2 years ago. They went out pretty well.
Lutz, right? Was there?
Oh, at Motorama downtown. Yeah, all the race cars do burnouts leaving that show.
That's always cool.
And that's why it's cool when they have the BSO guys set up in there because those guys they're gonna throw. That's what those cars do.
Yeah,
so, I understand the dude in the mint condition 440 6-pack 4-speed Roadrunner with
worth more than my
30,000 miles. I get why that dude's not burning up his red lines. I get it.
Yeah.
But when a bondoed up shitbox with a big turbo and it pulls out and lets it eat 3 gears.
I like to see when someone takes a full factory original car and just hammer the out of it.
Yeah.
You never see it. So when you do see it, it's holy finally. I want to see someone with a 426 Superbird with 10 miles on the odometer just clutch dump it.
We're going to have to go back and edit this.
That's fine.
We're 6 minutes into this?
Something like that, not even.
You should just start saying beep instead.
Thank you, Doug. All right.
So I really just want to beep and see it go on.
Right, so Dylan's going to watch his language a little bit so he can keep this a little friendlier. He's going to try to.
It's not going to happen.
Just edit it.
We're going to have to edit that out too.
I knew this.
So people at home will have no idea what's going on.
Anywho, back Back on track.
Off the rails.
Oh my god, I knew this was gonna happen.
Back on track. But yeah, the convention centers are cool. It is a bummer that we're not going to get to go.
Yeah, I miss all that stuff, man. Because like I said, you run into like all your summer buddies, and it's like exciting again, you know. I'm
hopeful for the summer though. I'm really hopeful.
I mean, we'll see. I mean, Lancaster, they're opening in May. The drag car series, they're gonna try to run all that, but with unfortunately like the COVID restrictions and stuff, so they're gonna do that. I know they got like the Wheeling open wheeled modifieds coming back to Lancaster for the stock car series, which I don't know if you guys ever went there for stock cars when you were younger. I went a couple times.
Aren't those the same as dirt track cars, or those are different?
I'm not entirely sure. I'm not a big stock car guy.
Asphalt.
Comment below if you know exactly what that series is. I think it's like the open wheel outlaw style like cars.
Yeah.
But they're called modifieds. But it's cool because they've been neglecting the drag program for a while at that track. The stock car program, just because, you know, they're just trying to, for a while that track was having a lot of issues with staying open and doing good. Now they got some good owners and some good people really taking care of it. And now they got the drag set up doing good. They're paying attention to the stock car guys. So that's cool. Like last year they only had like 2 or 3 stock car races and then that was it. So
yeah. I forgot. I forgot what cars you're talking about. I thought you were talking about the big wing dirt track ones, but I forgot about the actual low profile modified ones.
Yeah.
My bad.
Yeah, so they're bringing those back out.
Yeah, I remember them being around. I remember going to them, like the U.S. Open. I don't think I made it to that, but my dad
they did that event
goes.
last year too, so COVID didn't stop that, but that's cool.
I mean, it being outside, hopefully you can get away with some stuff. I'm hoping outside shows can happen. Syracuse Nationals, I would love to go, even though I almost died 2 years ago because it was 1,000 degrees
that was
out.
Hot.
It was bad.
That sucked.
Did you bring any sunscreen?
Oh dude, you get the worst sunburn.
You did not bring sunscreen.
What was that one time you came? Dude, you looked like a lobster.
From Texas, probably.
Yeah, I don't know. You came in.
Dude, it like literally scarred my skin for like a couple months.
Yeah, walk it off. It'll be fine.
It was like a tank top.
Your face was like your shirt.
Oh my god, dude, it was bad.
It's like peeling.
I went to like the local stuff is good. That's pretty much all the local stuff I know about. That I know Lancaster's gonna be running good and they're gonna try real hard this year. And the indoor shows are gonna be hit and miss.
It's a lot up in the air for everything, really.
Yeah, like they said, Motorama's still planned, but
what we're gonna have to do is replace all the legit stuff with street stuff.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
That's fair.
It's pretty much like what's really
if the people with like the 19 speakers and their Buick LeSabres can stay home, that'd be pretty dope.
They could just
I'll leave then. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Not welcome here.
You know, when I was getting into like the street racing scene, I always got annoyed that like the outlaw guys and those guys kind of like real secretive and cliquey. And
you never got to see
you
them.
Can't come and watch a street
I get
race.
it now though because look what happens to every
who
spot
cares?
though.
You look at the spots like in like Florida when you get like 1,000 cars, you get more action.
Yeah,
you need more people.
All the 1,000 cars are over 1,000 horsepower.
But you're gonna get some shit mixed into it. But you want a bigger scene though.
If you
could, the bigger scene.
You don't want to
see
12 dudes racing each other.
Yeah, exactly. You don't want.
The trick is though, they hit the freeway and they do like 150, and they leave all the crap they can't match.
That's
my
my next thing I was gonna say.
They can't reach the spot.
The throughway is the best place to race because the cops. They can't be there and get everybody. I mean, if you're roll racing, it's way harder to catch you.
Yeah.
If you go and stop at
you're already going, and he's at a dead stop most likely.
There, yeah, exactly.
You could fly past one. Most of the times
in one spot and do drag racing all the time. The cops know where to go.
Yeah, they eventually show up. It sucks that like every spot gets trashed by. And like I get it because like we were all young and we all had lame cars and we all wanted to go see this stuff. So I get it. But then they want to participate. Like, dude, you get like a Saab and like a.
You're never going to be able to stop all them people.
No, it is.
We understand it. It's
I get it.
We were all there.
Yeah, I get the. I get the car scene is. I knew that this was going to happen, but like and subscribe. So, I get the car scene. You're always going to have the trash and the kids. And I get it. We were all those goobers at one point.
We hope one day they mature and get into something like Dan did. He went from, a G6 to at least a Mustang.
Go from like a Neon to an IROC.
Grow a mullet.
A 3-valve, 4.6.
Yeah. Make your way up.
But yeah, I would love to see the scene growing. But I mean, it's just so tough. I love the 5v5 race wars. I like that because that's like
cool.
I still haven't made it out.
I really need to make it out.
Dude, it's sick and it's actually really organized. And I'm not even just plugging this because a couple of those guys are real cool buddies with us.
That really is a cool event.
It's a fun event, dude. You just go out and it's just street racing all day, and
I
it's
think
cool. And then you get a lot of the
You
heavy
got
hitter
good-
outlaw guys out there
They
too.
got good spots where cops don't fuck with you.
It's
on a
not
drag
the street.
strip.
It's on
Oh.
Or not drag
Oh,
strip,
it's
but
a legit-
airfield, yeah.
So
Yeah,
it's a
it's legal
legit
street
event.
racing. It's at
Okay.
the Ledgedale Air Park. It's
Yeah.
it's
Planes take off next
Yeah.
year.
Yeah.
dude, it's sick. Yeah, it's really cool. Like
Yeah,
A lot of
private
legit
planes and
cars
stuff.
there.
Yeah.
And it's cool. And then like when they will start allowing crowds and stuff, they do like a really cool like burnout contest and stuff. So
That's sick. I have not been there when it was open to spectators. I've
It's
been a
crazy,
few
I
times.
heard.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'll be there.
Dude, I'm glad that event's growing too. They're always like the dude Wade that runs it and stuff. They're always posting. They're growing. They're always doing stuff. So that's something I really want to try to get you more next year.
I need to make it out to one.
No, it sucks.
I
It
wanted
sucks with
to-
work and stuff, man. Yeah, it's tough.
Yeah, I mean, I could take days off and do whatever, but it's
Yeah.
without your guys' videos, I wouldn't have actually known how good it's actually gotten.
No, it's
because like the
sick,
year
dude.
before, it wasn't that great. It didn't seem that great at least.
No, and I think it was the first year they're running it.
They
so
were starting
they
it.
gotta
That's how
work
it goes.
Like any event, I don't care who you are, you're gonna find and learn things.
It's gonna be
work the
bugs. You're gonna
out.
have to get through it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's great to see that this year
No,
looked
that
fantastic.
event was sick.
A lot of great cars.
They got a
I do want to make
stick
it out there.
class. They got just because like it makes
Roll,
sense.
King of the Hills.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they got a lot
Really
of different
cool.
stuff.
A lot
Yeah.
of cool
And then
classes.
it's cool because it's like street racing. You just walk up to some dude and like, hey, you want to run? And then
Yeah.
you get
Run
in
while
line
you
and
run
down.
type
Do they
thing.
have
Yeah.
a truck class?
No, but
You would be with everything else. Like you would just be.
Do they
I
have
mean,
like
didn't
an
a truck
import
win the
class
street
or-
class?
they have stick, they have the roll race class, they have 8th mile, they have quarter mile, and then they have like the heavy hitter stuff like the
Okay.
street beast, which has got to be like
That's actually pretty.
and then
cool.
King of the Street is my favorite one.
That's
What's
a cool.
that?
That's where you pay, I think it's $5-10, and winner takes all. You get a really cool trophy, and it's just like hot lap. Like, say you get 20 cars go down, 10 cars go back, and you just keep going until there's one guy, and it's the King of the Street. It needs to be a licensed, registered street car. So they had issues with that because the one dude had like a dealer plate the one year, which makes sense because it's like a Stone Cold like turbo drag car.
Yeah.
Just stuffed a dealer plate and like and a radial on it.
And tube
Like he ain't
chassis.
gonna be able to.
No, it was a Fox body. I mean,
Fiberglass body.
and you know what? He cruises around on the street with it, like it blinkers and brakes and all that. I mean,
If he has a dealer plate, he could just get an inspection.
It could be a street vehicle.
yeah,
It could be,
yeah. But
I know
they
plenty of
didn't-
people that do that. If you're
Yeah.
swapping around stuff, it's gonna be smart.
Yeah, they didn't like that,
I wish
so-
I had one.
And then in between each of the major rounds that they had, our
There
There was
events,
free reign.
it was regular
Yeah.
drag
Open
racing.
racing,
You
they
go
call
out,
it, yeah.
Last time we went, I found to do with a second gen Viper.
Did he
Oh, yeah.
spray on it?
It was sprayed.
He was
and-
blowing the tires away.
Yeah, he was bogging
Yeah.
off the line
How
too.
does the
wasn't
roll
he?
racing work though? Like, how long does it go
It's
on?
an airport, so it's pretty.
It's like, where do you shut off at? Like, say if I do
I'm sure they got
They,
cones.
they got
you
enough
like
room.
a
shut
30
They got
roll?
enough room, dude.
Yeah.
You can go to you can
Can I
roll
do
race
like,
from
could I fit a 30 to like 140
Yeah.
roll?
They
Is there
start.
enough room
So the
for something
rolls
like
where they
that?
normally start at the line.
I mean, dude, they
They
got
start
nasty
back.
cars running quarter mile there. So
Well, if you have something really fast, you get up to 140 quick. So
right.
probably already.
Right.
But
You'll be
yeah, I
fine
mean,
then.
they don't
Did
do
you
the
upgrade your
roll
brakes?
racing like that. They do roll
Not yet.
racing
Yeah,
like
you'll be fine.
like it's hard to explain. You got to go
Safety
there, but
third.
it's imagine it's an
Put a
airport. It's
parachute in it.
it's a strip, so you go down and I mean you can go off a flagger if you want, or you just ignore the flagger and 3 honks and go.
Sweep
And there's
it.
plenty of room to get it in to figure out. You know what I
do
mean?
you got, like a half mile.
Probably half mile.
It's an airport, dude. Yeah, it's huge.
Probably half
Yeah.
mile.
yeah.
It's you have. You
That-
literally have like another
so do
quarter
they
mile
have-
behind you.
So do you have like a drag racing that goes a whole half mile?
They
No.
don't.
No.
You
That
have to
would-
find
that
like a
would be
standing
cool.
mile.
I mean, dude,
from
you
like
should-
that.
I mean,
Yeah, they have half mile drag racing, but not
Just
there.
not here.
That
Yeah,
would be
yeah.
cool.
Yeah, I mean,
wanna
but
see
dude, you
head
can run a
stop
full
half
quarter
mile.
and be more than especially in like, dude,
Wish
in,
I
in
remember
my
what
shit
my car
box,
got
you
up
know.
to,
Yeah.
but they
Yeah.
zing up there. It's good. You get more than enough shutdown time.
That's good. And it's
Yeah,
smooth
and
too.
dude,
I
and I
imagine.
like that event because they actually get it's a lot of cool cars. You'll get everything. I don't care what you drive.
some
There's
wild
someone.
stuff.
There's guys that'll go there. They'll trailer a car there, and then they're racing like their tow rig diesel trucks, their pickups. So that's
Yeah, I just dropped
dude,
off the
it's-
race car.
Yeah, it's sick. I love that event, dude. I love that event. I'm glad we ran into them guys in our Rochester vid. That was really cool.
Lot
Wasn't
of
there a
variety.
guy with the F-150? Didn't he burn his truck down?
He was in the
Is
a
that the
few
twin
of our-
turbo one?
Yeah.
Yeah,
it
that one
really
was
It
sick.
cool.
burned to
It was
the
in our
ground?
videos.
That sucks.
Oh
That
man, I didn't hear
sucked.
that.
That was like
You know
my
what truck we're
favorite
talking
one.
The
about?
twin turbo gray one.
Yeah.
that's
Did he
King of the
beat
Street?
the
Oh,
Dodge?
Yeah.
black. Yeah.
The diesel, yeah, he did beat the diesel, and then on the second run, the diesel got out on him, and then he had an issue with his training, and that's what sucks is I want
Yeah,
to
we
see
never
that
got
race again
100%
because
clear.
the dude with that diesel is cool as hell, and that's the White Cummins in our video that's racing the vet
Yeah.
and stuff. That dude's cool as hell, and he was talking to me, and he's just like, dude, that truck's fast, but I knew I could have beat him, and now we'll never know. And that's what sucks.
I know,
we'll
that was
never
like
know.
my favorite truck race.
That was a sick race.
A
I'm
diesel
so
Dodge
glad.
and a Coyote.
Well, the dude with the F-150 messaged me. He's like, hey, I'll come to Buffalo and I'll play, but I mean, I want to find a good run. And then perfect, that guy, I ended up messaging him, and he's like, yeah, I'm coming out tonight. And I'm like, perfect. I got a sick race for you. I was so proud that actually, I organized that a little bit.
Yeah. Good thing we got that before it burned down.
Yeah, dude, that truck.
I want to ask him some questions so mine doesn't burn.
Well, his son.
You can still ask him the questions. He did own it.
His son has an F-150 like yours.
His kid has one too.
It's a 4-wheel drive Coyote regular.
Is it regular truck? Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. So, dude, he's a smart dude.
He raced too. Did he race you in the Trans Am? Who did he race?
In what
in that Coyote truck.
I wonder who he's tuned by.
Either way, I would expect.
I'm friends with him on Facebook. After this, I'll play matchmaker.
I want to see what his
You two Ford boys can hit it off.
I want to see his 8 mile
cool
time.
He's working on a Cobra kit car, I guess.
Oh, dude, I'd love
that.
that. I would like one of those.
That's something I would want to do too.
That would be really sick.
So he's your best friend immediately.
Yeah, I don't even like you guys.
It's like last few pictures
and
I've
Dylan
seen.
left.
I'm going to that guy's house.
I want to see the Cobra too.
The last few, he had like a speed shop on the side. He's a smart dude. He's a really cool guy. So I'll link you up with him. But yeah, that truck's legit. Because sometimes these guys dummy up some turbos and an exhaust in it, but you'll never see him hammer on it. You'll never see him beat on it.
He raced
He raced the shit out of that truck.
I was going to say, he raced it a lot.
Yeah.
It's cool. It's good to see someone else also destroying their F-150 right off the showroom floor.
I want to see now with the TRXs, the Dodge TRXs coming out. Those are sick. The T-Rex, I think it's got like a Hellcat motor in the truck.
Yeah.
They just put that motor in everything.
That's a sweet truck.
They're waiting on the Caravan next.
That's going to be
next year's.
You want to get your kid. And the Mopar commercials are always over the top.
I love that.
I want to see like a Korean.
It's going to be like it's going to be a Diablo pull up next to you in your Caravan, and you're like, oh, I got to do it.
You want to run? Be like,
want to do it.
or they'll redo Fast and Furious. How much is the sticker on that one? More than you can afford. Okay.
Yeah, right.
Dude, they're like, speaking of stickers, I think like a fully loaded one.
Yeah.
There's one on, I can't remember the YouTuber, but he was one of the first ones. I'm sure, you know what? Just look up TRX Dodge Ram. It's the black one that pops up. He was, and I think the title is like first one bought in the country.
It's like a 90.
96 or 98,000 for a fully loaded one.
Usually the first
But dude, they got launch mode and everything. I mean, dude, these things, the interiors are insane. Like, I love these things.
It's zero. I think 0 to 60 was like 3.8 seconds.
I'm sure I could do that for way less.
Yeah, $5 kits. It's like 700.
Because you drive to Vegas and back.
Or a Dodge rated at like 3.8, but it's really like 3.5. I was reading online. It's like quicker than even they say. Because it's got the all-wheel drive. It's actually quicker than the Chargers.
I can't wait. And you know what's going to happen?
So much money.
Some dude's going to put like 4 Hoosier slicks on it and go to the track.
Dude, I was watching a video on it.
That's sick.
I thought about doing that when I seen it, yep.
So that's cool. I really like those. I like the little, I don't know if you guys saw, if you look it up, you go online, they got they call them Easter eggs on cars. And they got like a T-Rex, like an actual T-Rex cartoon thing, eating a raptor.
It is pretty cool.
They made that to go right after the Raptor.
And
that's
the Raptor was a sick truck, and Chevy never really went after it. No one really contested it.
They could. Well, so we see Ford just came after Chrysler with the Bronco, going after the Wrangler.
Yeah.
And they did just release a new body style-ish, you could say, of the new F-150s. So they are going to be due in a little bit to do a new Raptor. So this is their chance to make a Raptor.
I heard they're going to be using the GT 500 5.2 motor.
It makes sense.
Oh,
I would
cool.
expect it.
So that'll be pretty close.
Are the Shelby trucks fast?
Yeah, but the Shelby trucks, they use just a regular 5-liter and just put an aftermarket blower on it. So
you never see a lot of those running around.
I'm curious about.
I'm pretty sure they're limited.
They're a lot of money, and it's really just. It's not even really. It's like a kit. They just take like a truck like mine, like
it's an
a base model
with some more.
They add a body kit.
Yeah, pretty much.
They add an aftermarket blower, but it's still the same bottom end and all that crap.
And which I was excited about, but it was really lackluster. Is their Ford's bringing back the Mach 1.
Oh, really?
And it's just like a looks package.
Oh, I saw a photo of the first one on the thing.
The Mach 1 is like a GT350R kind of. Or no, it's like the Bullet. It replaced the Bullet because they're stopping the Bullet. It's really just a 5.0 with the GT 350 intake and a
So again, it's just a pair.
But they look cool. I saw some like
and
concepts of it.
It's better like handling package with it too.
Dude, I'm a GM fanboy through and through, and it sucks. And I hope someone at GM hears me out. Thank you. The C8 is dope, but you guys need some other stuff.
Yeah, the C8's awesome, but
bring back the Trailblazer SS.
What else do we got? I mean,
that would be cool. They have.
But the problem is, they did it.
GM,
It's a unibody
GM's
system,
a
not a
one-trick
frame.
pony right now.
Can't do
and
rear
it
wheel.
sucks, dude. Like
a one-note wonder.
The Camaro,
but it is.
like,
we have Corvettes.
The ZL1 Camaro is nasty. I love those cars.
Oh yeah.
But dude, you see way more Hellcats and way more GT500s, and I don't know why. Like,
That's 'cause
dude, Mustang
there's
outsold
Hellcats
Challenger,
everything now.
and Challenger outsold Camaro. But and it also kind of sucks.
Camaro's in third place.
Camaro, I think they're getting rid of it, aren't they?
Yeah, the last 2 years, I think last year they sold 30,000 Camaros.
Yeah, it was not that many. I was quite surprised. I figured it would be more.
They sold more 4-cylinder Mustangs, like 3 times as
my
many.
heart.
I hope those numbers are real.
They were all automatic too.
Google it.
Fact check.
Fact check and comment below if any of this is BS to you guys. But no, like I love the Camaro. The Camaro's cool, but for some reason it's just missing that.
I do
something.
like the Camaro. I think that
yeah.
2016 was cool, and then like 18, they look like a van in the front now. It's weird. Like the grill is huge, and
I think they did that after
they
the
got rid of
CL1.
the retro look, and they turned to like a. It looks like a.
Well,
fucking
the
pickup
taillights
truck
on the
or
newest ones look more like, I think it's like a 68 now Camaro.
Yeah,
I like the
taillights look
They
cool.
have touches.
I like the
yeah.
taillights.
The front end looks terrible.
You know what? I do only like the rear of those also.
it's
the
terrible.
generation or the whatever year before I like a little bit better.
Unfortunately, it's about all I see of those cars when I run them.
I gotta take a piss, so we're gonna. Have to
I guess we're gonna take a potty break here, ladies and gentlemen.
And it sucks because you know that nothing exciting or crazy is gonna happen with the Camaro because GM's talking about getting rid of it, which bums me out. Like GM has nothing exciting right now. Like look at Mopar. I don't know if their sales are through the roof, but the Charger, the Jeeps are doing good. The Ram TRX is sick.
Everything's cool that they make.
Everything's fun. They got a fun category for
Everything's
everything.
They're putting a 392 in the Wrangler now.
It's like,
That's cool.
Yeah.
It is
What's
Why do you
GM got?
need
Well, we
that?
brought the Trailblazer back, and
They-
it's turquoise now.
That's
Yeah.
where the Bronco. Put a 5.0 in a Bronco. and
Yeah.
probably-
Yeah, that would be
I would
cool.
sell my
Yeah.
truck and probably have to buy it.
all
that'd be
agree
so.
on that.
And there's dude.
a 5.0 and
I
stick.
can't wait till I
Yeah.
see a real one in person. The full size
The actual-
Broncos.
yeah.
They're
Because
cool.
real
looking.
one.
I
Yeah,
like
the
the-
real
I like
ones
the-
are
sometimes
cool.
you see stuff online and you see it in person and it looks terrible, and then sometimes it's cool.
Or they'll give you like a rendering, and it looks
The other
nothing
one
like
is
it.
just like a Ford. It's like a what's
It's like a
it?
beefed
like
up
an
Escape. Yeah.
It's just a better.
Like the
looking
the
Escape.
400,
Not by much.
the
Yeah,
Nissan
mine, but-
I don't like it.
400Z. I mean, I know we're
That's
like
a cool car.
we're
too.
American car guys here, but but I like I'm a Nissan guy. I love the 240s. I love 300ZXs. I love 350s. When I was a kid, I had great parents growing up. My dad's cool as hell, but he was a UAW auto worker. So like I wasn't allowed to like foreign stuff. Even if it was cool, I couldn't like it.
My dad always made the joke
I
about
could
bringing a
I could
Ford
have been
home.
any type of human being in the
No.
world, let's just put it that way, and my dad would have loved me and great. But dude, there's no way in hell that when I was a kid, when the 350Z came out, I remember at the Buffalo Auto Show, I'm like, that car is cool. He's like, it's a Nissan. Jap.
When
You can't like it.
That's it.
When I started hanging out with Steven, we were first getting our license. I used to show up to his house driving my buddy Pat's their first stick car we learned to drive in. It's a 93 EG hatch. And
The loud fart can on it,
yeah,
flat
every
black
time I pulled
lower.
into
My dad
Steve's
didn't like it
driveway,
either.
his dad, Dylan's dad, none of our dads likes that car. We always got yelled at any time it was
Yeah.
around.
Yeah.
Which is, that's that old style, American way. And I get it, I do. But yeah, I like the 350s. I like all that stuff. I mean, the 400Z's dope because it's like the Supra I was excited about, but it was kind of let down. Like it's a glorified BMW. It's paddle
I don't know.
shifters.
I still kind of
cool.
I like the new Supra more than the 400Z.
Really?
I mean, now
I
there's-
like the old Supra from the 90s.
Well,
Well,
yeah.
that's the holy grail. Everyone loves that.
It's not worth the amount of money. But
Yeah,
I
they're
like the
sick,
newer
though.
ones with
Like,
aftermarket stuff.
if I could
like
pick
anything,
any Japanese car, it would always be a Supra, I think.
that's fair.
Yeah,
I like the inline 6 in the new one, too. And even though
Well,
it's
that's
a
the thing,
BMW,
yeah, it's
Those
like
are
a-
quicker
they're
than I
quick.
thought.
Yeah.
They're quicker than I thought they were going to be.
It's gonna
I'm,
be.
sh-
I
I'm
think it's.
sure they're quicker than a bone stock 90s
Oh, yeah.
Supra.
Yeah, they do
They're
the quarter
definitely-
mile. And like
Yeah.
They're
They're
supposed to be
respect.
like
Zero
a
to 60s.
3.0 liter twin turbo. I think it's twin turbo.
Yeah, it's twin, I think. and it's a 3.
There's a video online. Again, I feel bad. I don't remember these other YouTubers because I want to give credit. But there's a video online where a guy, he's got a Nissan page or a YouTube page, and he got invited because he ordered one. He's one of the first people or something. But he got like a first look at a 400Z. And I like it because it's got like all the cues all the way back to like 280Zs, 300ZX. Yeah, and it's... And you see all these old school features that are on like a 370Z, which it's so sick. And it's cool to see a Jap company kind of play their heritage because Challenger's been doing it, Mustang's been doing it. Yeah, so it's cool that now they're
been
like
around long enough to get their own retro shit.
Yeah, it's really cool.
And if you're gonna compare like Japanese to American cars, I feel like Nissan and Toyota are the closest to like a Ford, Chevy, rival type. Yeah. They're more comparable. Like Honda like doesn't have nothing in the same market.
And no, there's Honda Civics that from the '90s are still around. That's why they don't die.
They don't die. They don't make enough power to kill themselves.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, except for when you take it out racing and you.
Then their axles break every other launch.
Dude, I have some 200 of them K-series are like scary. Like it sucks. Like a big 406 V8. If you get a slick-on one with a turbo, I might have a hard time. That hurts.
They're top end cars. They'll get you.
See, my thing is, like 10 grand.
Yeah, by the end of it, you're like, oh, I'm winning. Oh god, they're gonna pass me.
I'm a bracket racer that takes his car out on the street. Like I'm not an outlaw guy. I would like to do like the 750 index at Lancaster. They've been doing that like once a month on Tuesdays. They do like the 750 index class, which is heads up racing.
What is the limit? Like how fast?
750.
Oh, that's
so it's like bracket racing. Yeah, it's called index. Yeah.
Right.
So that's a really cool. I want to get my car to start doing that, but I got off topic.
I was going to ask, what's the difference between index racing and bracket racing?
I think it's just wording.
Yeah. Okay.
Maybe that's the beers talking, but
I don't need to know it.
Yeah, but anywho,
I'm purely street racing, anyways.
Yeah, the 400ZX looks really cool, and I'm afraid that all the prototypes, because they have like a legit prototype that people. There's a video on YouTube, guys walking around it and looking at the interiors. They got really cool like driver-oriented interiors. Like it just looks cool. I'm afraid that I'm going to see it, and it's supposed to come out like 2022 is like a 2023 model, I think. It's a sick car, but it's...
Hopefully they don't
I hope it looks like that. Yeah, I hope it looks like that. I
hate when renderings are awesome and
I think and that's what I'm afraid of with the Bronco. But I think the Bronco pretty much is what it is.
The Bronco,
because you can order them online.
They are already making it.
Like, I've seen them, a couple of them in like Detroit and stuff. Yeah. And they look just as cool, so that's really cool. And that's what sucks is like I said it in our Bronco video is like they dropped the ball with the Blazer. It's an Equinox.
Like, it's a minivan.
And it sucks
my old one.
GM, that's my team. You know, like that's who I work for. That's my thing, and but as a car enthusiast, I can't help
dropping the ball. It's like they only care about.
Why
the Corvette.
Aren't you talking to them? Tell them they're dropping the ball.
Dude, I mean, a Corvette is sweet though. It's like the best car.
They're putting all
the Z06 coming out.
Now. The Z06
is going to be
crazy.
epic.
It's going to be better than the last.
What are they like a flat? What are they?
Flat plane crank.
Yeah,
I don't even know what that means.
And they're supposedly leaving it NA. Which I was reading.
Oh, really? Oh yeah, they're gonna have an NA, and then they might eventually do
turbo. And if you see them in real life, it looks like you could punk a supercharger. There's plenty of room for a supercharger in there. So, I mean, I'm no engineer, but I mean, the Z06 is sick looking.
It's gonna be like a really high tech motor. They're gonna reverse, like how the intake manifolds usually in the middle of the motor. They're gonna have intake manifolds on the outside with the exhaust in the middle.
Oh, really? They've done that back in the day.
It's called a hot V motor, and they have the twin turbos right in the middle off the exhaust.
I've seen old hot rods like that, where instead of velocity stacks, it's the exhaust, and they have carburetors on the side.
Yeah,
it's so weird. I think it's super like temperamental. Does it sound different
or no?
You'd have to look up a video.
That is so weird.
They're just
so you're basically running.
It's a reverse.
I was about to say, the reverse.
Yeah, it's got two different intakes.
It works. People are doing it in old school hot rods, and I think there is a sound.
European cars always have it. You if you look at Mercedes and shit, usually I think it's Mercedes or BMW. They got the hot V motor with the turbos in the middle.
Yeah, I've only seen it on old school hot rods, and it's like I think it's just so weird. It's just something to be different, but it's not like
that's
on the old stuff they used to do it just to be cool.
Just to be different.
Which I'm sure tuning is probably like.
Because there's at minimum 4 carburetors, if not more.
Because they have to use the exhaust port as an intake port. That's the main reason.
Yeah, so it's velocity stacks at that point, but it's
I love the C7. C7s. I love those, and I love that
I
GM
don't like
pretty
the
much
C7.
pushed a leaf
I'm a
spring
dog.
push rod. I mean, they pushed that entire platform as far
To
as they
the
could
limit.
go.
It can't go anymore.
And I think that, and it's kind of sad because once that's gone, like what's left for push rods?
nothing.
Wait,
What?
is
No,
Ford?
Actually, Ford.
Ford's
Are they going back?
Ford is going push
But
rod
they-
again.
they-
Going back
both.
in time?
They have they're gonna keep the Coyote, and they're making a big block 7.3 Godzilla motor or whatever they call it. But it's
I
a
think they
push
should call
rod
it
motor.
Godzilla.
The first push rod motors since like the 5-liter from the 90s.
Yeah,
Oh.
beyond the
Fox
New Edge
body.
Mustang.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
since
New
the
Edge.
Fox bodies.
That's killer.
Yeah.
But it's I love the C7s. We rented one in Florida, and I was like a little kid, man. It was fun to bang gears in. Even the base model, bone stock. The dude just like in that video, that car that we rented is bone stock. Bone stock.
I mean,
It's just got beauty
compared
mods.
to a C6 base model, how much faster? It's like
That's
barely-
where it gets-
it's
See,
not-
that's
it's
the
not really
thing.
that
That's
much
where it gets
faster.
interesting.
I've never
in a
driven a
good way or
stock
a bad way.
C6.
A
Chris,
C6
this is the man to talk
faster
to.
because
But
it's
his
lighter,
isn't stock.
Yeah,
No,
I
I-
mean, it's stock, guys.
I've driven stock C6s. I haven't pounded on one. My car having full exhaust, tune, cam. You've driven my car. You've been in my car.
C7
I think my
heavier.
car is faster than the
I feel like-
stock
yeah.
Stingray
Yeah.
Cs.
Yeah.
Which,
They're
so
heavier.
I've been looking for somebody with a
And it was white.
a bone stock
Yeah.
C7
Right there.
to race.
Red would be
If
faster.
anyone wants to do it, I prefer a manual car. And
Keep the
a
playing
stock
field.
manual. Yeah.
Are you
it's-
trying to call out races on our video?
Maybe.
Just,
It's on my list. I know
That'd be a
I
cool
want to
race.
see that too.
Yeah,
So,
I want to see that
yes,
race.
and actually,
Street strip, we'll get it done.
we didn't get a video while we were in Florida, but I do just want to point out that I did get to get into a street race with that car.
What was that, like a Lexus?
It was like a Lexus
Like
or
the F versions or whatever.
What is
the
it?
LF
Like a
not-
The dude wasn't a street racer
Was
because
it
Chris.
a V8 Lexus?
No.
it
I
was
thought
just
it
like
was
what
like
it
an
was
F
for.
one.
It's turbo.
They have a
ISF?
V10 and V8 one. Dude, they're
It
actually
wasn't.
pretty
It's not the
sweet.
real gnarly one.
No.
Not the
Okay.
Chris
car.
downshifted
Wow.
and went to like 3 honks and beep, and Chris was like beep, beep, and the guy was like beep, 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 beep. Like,
Oh, you didn't?
Maybe he's doing
no.
Morse code. Like, I don't want to race. I have my family.
He just thought we were like being friendly. We were.
No.
No, I got
yeah.
It's
that
on.
No.
No, he tried.
He tried though, yeah.
Tried.
Chris was driving the hell out of that. Dude, that car was so much fun.
I hope the person you rented it from does not.
Dude,
watch
he's
this video.
cool as hell. I think he subscribed
cool.
to us. Yeah, he knows. He had a GPS
You
plugged
can't.
into
Yeah,
it. He
you
knew
can't
everything
just
we were
rent
doing.
a Corvette and be like, "Could you just take it to Sunday church for me?"
No.
No, we
You know
talked-
you're
we
I took it to the
Yeah.
beach,
Yeah.
to the drag. Me and him are gonna do the C7 shootout, and I don't want to sound like a scumbag to our viewers, but I
would be
wasn't
them.
gonna tell the guy we were gonna take it to the drag strip, like, and I'm not gonna launch the thing at Redline. I'm not gonna blow this poor guy's car up,
Yeah.
but. And we didn't pound on it either, but my plan was me and him, and I thought it would have been good for viewers. We're going to have the C7 shootout, which I feel like, I hate to say it, I probably would have lost.
I would have won.
Because I launched it, and it got the worst wheel hop.
I got it on
so,
video.
So bad.
You
I had
watched
to
the
let
video,
out.
Was it
and
a
it's bone
stick shift?
chilling.
Yeah,
Yeah,
stick.
it was a
What
bone chilling
What
wheel
RPM
hop.
did you let out?
20.
Yeah, probably, 28,
Does
20.
that have launch control or?
You should have.
I don't know how to use
I think you
that.
should have
No.
went a little.
Yeah.
It does.
Dumb clutch.
So I just
Yeah.
turned everything off, and I
Nothing.
let out. It got such bad wheel hop, I had to let out of it. And then I did a rookie move that to this day haunts me. I went from second to fifth. And I ripped first
Better than
second
going the
like
other
a
way.
boss. I did it like a
It's even
boss.
worse.
I'm like, yeah. And like unfortunately, I got too much confidence. And I just I went and found a gear and
Can't find them blind, though. Yeah.
And if it was my Trans Am, I would have just put the clutch back in, wound it up, and jammed it in third. But this isn't my car, and I don't know what it's gonna do. And I have bad luck,
I've won
so I
a
probably
race like
stuffed
that.
it in the wall or something.
Steve won that race. Fun fact.
I still won that race.
Steve raced a turbo WS6, and Steve still won that race
So
somehow.
that dude, I ran like a 13 flat, at like a 13.5.
That guy sold his
at
stuff.
100 miles an hour.
Really?
Sold it.
Yeah, so I mean that car still got a set on it to go from second to fifth and still go
Right.
100 and a quarter.
That's pretty good.
It was such a disappointing last like 4 seconds because I didn't know what to do. I'm like,
Just leave it in.
Dude,
Here we are.
And it sucked because the dude that I rented it from, me and him were talking the whole time, and he was excited because like I told him I've been drag racing since I was 16 years old. I own stick cars. Like I know what I'm doing. She's in good hands. I promise. And he was like, yeah, go ahead,
Don't touch
man.
out his driveway.
And then he messaged me, he's like, oh, what'd you run? And I'm like, 13.5? And he said back, oh.
You
Like,
can.
with a question mark. Even this dude that's like not probably that in the cars was like, yeah, you didn't.
You can bring it back.
And then Chris was, I didn't want to tell Chris anything because I'm a very competitive person. I didn't want to tell him what I did, but he's like, what did you run? Was that 13? And I'm like, yeah. And I didn't want him to go because then he knew, like, I'm going to
I would have nailed it.
Running 11.9.
Yeah, I would have.
He would have slipped the clutch, ripped it first, second, grannied it in the third, rode it out, and maybe got it in the fourth, and then that would have been it. And it never happened. Right after that, we came back around. The car was on fumes. And he's like, oh, I want to get gas. And I'm such a scumbag. I was like, yeah, let's get gas. Because I'm like, put as much gas in this thing as possible.
Fill it all the way up.
Just fill this thing up. And then it started to sprinkle.
Yeah,
and
it
then,
turned to a downpour.
and then it just, it just
Florida.
slowly kept
Florida.
getting worse and worse and worse to the point where we couldn't run
You
again.
get like a tropical storm out of nowhere down there.
So
Every 10
Steve,
minutes.
I didn't beat Steve, but I think it's agreed that I most likely would have, but it can't be
Yeah, but you
proven.
didn't.
Yeah,
But I didn't.
He's
you
got
didn't.
that one.
You
Fine.
didn't. So, and that sucked. But I mean, we're gonna go back to Florida. That was a really cool trip.
Yeah, I want us to do that event again. I actually want to partake
Next
in
year,
the
we should
burnout
definitely
contest.
go.
Yeah,
Dude, it was a
well,
sick
hopefully
I'll go
he'll have
next year.
both like events open or the 2-day event. Or
Yeah, it'll be a
whatever he wants to
public.
do. That.
Yeah.
Well,
That
I'm
is what I
afraid
wanna
with like
go
the
to.
Freedom Factory and stuff. Like now he's like regrinding it,
Where in
redoing
Florida
it.
is
Wow.
it?
Bradenton.
Bradenton.
Probably
It's
already
near
done.
Sarasota.
It's like 25 minutes from Sarasota.
Where's that compared to like Daytona Beach? Is that far
3
out?
hours.
That's across the state.
Yeah.
Is that
Yeah.
more southern?
I believe so.
Okay, because
It's like, I'm
Daytona's
not-
kind of.
I'm not a Florida. I'm not
an
geographically
official
in-
Florida.
We are not Florida
We're
men.
not Florida
Floridian.
man.
We're not Florida.
We try and act like
I
we
used to
are.
live in Florida.
Yeah.
Well, then why aren't
Well,
you
then you
telling us
should
where
know.
it is?
I was 7 years old.
I think it's straight across
Get
the
it
state,
together, man.
Daytona Beach.
But I mean, with Cletus and all them regrinding the track down and redoing all that, that's probably gonna set them back because the big thing why
It's probably already done.
they weren't having like big events there is because of the bleachers.
Yeah.
They still haven't done the bleachers, and now they're spending tons of money on the racetrack.
Ah,
Which I bought the I'm a nerd. I bought the wrong size Freedom Factory construction bundle,
Hey, what size is it?
2X.
What is it?
I'm
There
growing.
goes my
I'll
free
grow
shirt.
into it. I'll grow
I was
into it.
trying for the media.
And then I ordered another, and then I ordered it orange, and then I ordered an XL black.
What is it? A suit or something?
Yes,
it's a
I ordered a Freedom
Are you
Factory
a-
shirt.
construction
This is
suit.
a hard hat. A hard hat with a mullet would have been even a better hat.
Oh, that would have been cool, yeah.
Cletus,
But
if
no,
you're watching, which I know you are, you're a big fan of
my
us.
sticker's on Ruby. He might watch.
Yeah.
That was super cool. He's
Yeah, he seems like a
actually
super
a
cool
really
guy.
chill dude in person. And everybody in line, he was like that too. All throughout the day. And then
They
at the
didn't
end of the
rush
night, we were
anybody.
hanging out.
That's
we were
cool.
just drinking.
That's
We were
really
just
cool.
drinking beers.
That's how you know it's a real down-to-earth person.
Yeah.
Bears.
We were just drinking beers, walking around the
Are we
track.
sponsored?
And he came back and he was
Blur.
loading up. He was loading up all of his cars and trucks and stuff, and I was just talking to him here and there. But dude, there's randomly out of nowhere people just interrupting him, talking to his coworkers. Like, hey, can you sign? Hey, can you do this?
That's gotta suck, and there's
Dude, the
gotta be
whole
a
time,
like,
super friendly. Never.
I would have.
That's gotta be tough. Yeah, that's
No, dude,
I'll
the
give
whole
it to him.
time.
That's gotta be tough.
The one time the kid was like, "Oh, can you sign my hat?" And I think Cletus pulled out like a silver Sharpie, and he's like, "Oh, do you have a black Sharpie?" And he's like, hold on, let me look." He's digging through his pockets.
asking someone.
Yeah. And I was just like, dude,
Nice.
Fuck off, loser.
yeah.
Do I look like I have a black Sharpie or a different color Sharpie?
Fuck off.
But yeah, he was super chill the whole time. Like, and that's cool because like, I'm like a little kid with that stuff. But no, super cool the whole time. That event was sick. They keep the show rolling. Like the rain, but they had fought a
Rain
lot of
runners.
obstacles. The rain.
Cletus was a very good entertainer. He recognized when it was boring and the crowd was just kind of standing around. Every time that happened, he would make something happen.
He'd go
went
grab a
got
car and come out and tear it up.
I like too that when you see sometimes like in the 2-point hour of the mullets or whatever,
Yeah.
he's out there while he's supposed to be like getting into a car. He's like cleaning up the track. Like he's everywhere.
Yeah.
Like
I mean, dude, that
awesome.
guy's got a lot going on. Like, he really does. So, he was super cool. I told him that I want to do a video on this. I got a set of IROC taillights back in high school out of the junkyard. And I obviously have never owned an IROC, and I don't know anyone that needed them.
He just collects things that are in good shape.
They were
This is
in
what car
mint
guys do.
condition. They were mint condition, and they were accidentally put on a cart that my buddy wheeled rims out of. So I took the taillights. So they were
Accidentally, huh?
mint condition, and I had these sitting in my garage. Dude, I've had these things literally
10
over
years?
10 years.
We did
Yeah,
the math.
graduated in like 2010. I got them like that spring, I remember. So fast forward, I remember he wall tapped Toast, the blown IROC Camaro in Australia, and blew out both taillights. So I told Chris, I'm like, that'd be cool. We should message him like to send us like some shirts or something. And we'll send him the taillights. Chris actually went and did it. He went and messaged and emailed him, and Chris handled all of it. Chris was like, hey, I need the taillights. So I didn't want t-shirts or anything. I wanted something special. Chris told him that. So I think he asked him about like cars and stuff, and we told him we love the Dale truck. Are you going to go show him?
Yeah. You can
Oh, you're
I was
gonna
really
show
hoping
him.
this is how you
talking
got
to
Cletus's
Michael.
first
Yeah.
child.
So they sent, Chris told them, you know, we don't want t-shirts, we don't want anything like that. We want a piece of one of the cars, a piece of Ruby or something. And I remember that they were like, well, what's your favorite? I love the Dale truck. I think that's so sick.
It is.
I
Really
love when you
cool.
see like those.
Is that the NASCAR truck?
Yeah. It was actually driven by Mike Skinner. Dale Earnhardt never drove that, but
Yeah.
it's a
It
Dale
was
Earnhardt.
an actual.
It's a number
Yeah,
three,
yeah. It was a
Legit
real-
one they
I
made
thought it was
strictly.
a
Winston,
Okay.
it was I think they had like Winston Truck Series back in the day,
Yeah.
and they put in like a 427 LS in it. It's nasty.
It's
Oh,
so,
it's
it's
an
so
LS
cool.
motor?
yeah,
Yeah.
it's sick. What's a Chevy truck?
Yeah,
what
what
would
are
you
they
want
gonna
in
put
there?
in?
I thought you
Kinda
meant I thought they meant put an
Oh, it had,
actual
like, the
NASCAR
actual- yeah,
SUV
Yeah, like a
motor.
super high rev.
They ran it in the quarter. I don't know the times up, but it's actually I think it's in the tens,
Well, it's
and they
circle
spray
track,
it too,
yeah.
which is cool because when the stock car trucks spin out.
They got off topic, guys. Before we get too far off of it, they sent us a valve back. The mic wouldn't
A
pick up
valve
that far
out of
away.
the Dale truck.
Yes, a valve out of the Dale truck's LS motor.
And he signed it Cletus, so I got that over there.
That's cool.
So that's cool. But yeah, I got aggravated that I ordered the 2X and in orange, so I got mad and I just reordered it again. So which is cool because I'm going to get like extra Freedom Factory bits and the extra little postcard they signed. So maybe we'll, when we hit 1,000 subscribers, I'll
Give
throw
away.
that in the bundle or something.
Give
I
someone,
don't know.
give
yeah.
someone a mullet wig.
Someone. No, I'm keeping that. That's mine.
Yeah, right.
Don't even
we
joke
order a
about
bunch
that.
of those?
That's mine. So that's cool. But no, I'm a big Cletus fan, man. That's cool because he's like living every car guy's dream.
Legit.
He's building whatever crazy monstrosities he wants. He bought
anything
a
he
racetrack.
thinks of. He's just like, yeah, let's make it.
Yeah.
Have a racetrack.
Yeah, he's super
What?
cool.
Yeah.
He's young too. I think he's like mid-20s. He's still kind of a kid.
We're
you know?
older than him.
Yeah, we're
Well,
older.
he was super young when he
James
started
too. I
in
think
13,
James,
20.
his main mechanic, is like 28. I think.
Really?
Which because he's got like gray hair, like I think
It's a stressful hobby, bro.
he's gonna watch. Like, hey man, but no, he was super cool too. But it's like, dude, it's 28 years old. His dad owned a shop, so maybe that helps. You know, when
Yeah.
you're just—that's all you do. Your whole life is tinker on stuff.
I mean,
You
Cletus
get
was super
good at
young
it.
when he got into 1320, which I mean, and
Yeah.
you know, he's a very smart guy when it comes to like the social media stuff. That's
Dude,
how he got into
I've
it.
been
so.
watching that shit since like
Middle school.
middle
Remember,
school, yeah.
remember before 1320? Do you remember what website we always went to?
Street Fire.
Streetfire.net.
That's before my time.
I
Dude, that
remember
was
Before my time, Keith.
multiple times.
Dude, I used to be on that all the time. I
F
had
body
a-
burnouts. It
you
was
could-
like a YouTube, but only cars.
You could type in one car and it would only be videos of that car, like a
Yeah.
Dodge Viper, and then
Why
it
isn't
would
the
be
internet
remember
still
that.
like this?
Oh, yeah, dude, I
Sounds
forgot
brilliant.
about that.
Fox body.
Yeah,
Mustang
it was
would
like
only
when
be-
you go on Craigslist, you type in like make, model, year. Yeah, I remember that.
Dude,
I would
that
type
was
in
a
Monte
cool-
Carlo
dude.
videos.
We
awesome.
went backwards in technology.
What is this garbage?
I
It
swear
was
to
so
God.
cool, and I remember there was so many like I watched so many burnout videos in the middle school study hall.
Yeah,
And,
I
we
used
always
to
got,
watch
and then
it in the
after
library.
StreetFire.net, it was like 1320 kind of took over from
Yeah.
there. They might have had a couple videos on StreetFire.net, and then 1320 was like the first one to start filming like the cash days and roll racing DVDs.
Yeah,
Remember they had a roll
yeah.
racing DVD, and it wasn't cheesy, it wasn't over the top with music videos and stamped Honda Civics and girls shaking their asses. These were real street
It was
racers,
legit, yeah.
and it was sick.
They always had cool ones, like a Toyota Supra versus like a muscle
Oh yeah,
car. Or
Yeah.
something.
Like the real
Yeah.
street or true street.
That's what sucked is I remember my first DVD I got for Christmas back in like 2010. It was like the Cash Days DVD. My parents bought it for me, and I brought it with me to Cletus and Cars, hoping Kyle was gonna be there because I wanted him to sign it.
Yeah, that would be cool.
And I wanted to tell him, like, dude, do you know, like, you're probably on like the Mount Rushmore of street racing. Like, if they ever did, you know, like if they ever
Yeah.
did that, like, dude, like 1320, like 1320 is iconic now in the car community, the street scene, you know. Maybe not
Yeah.
like the old hot rodders and like the bracket racers,
Everybody
but
like 35 or younger.
right, yes, exactly. You know, I mean, I remember that. I mean, that was crazy. And I really wanted him to autograph it, and I wanted to film me doing a quick interview. I think I filmed Cooper and all that. I wanted to do a quick interview with him because, like, dude, I mean, he's still doing it. Yeah. So that was really cool. But one day. I hope to get on that level where some chunky kid wants to, like, come interview me and talk to me about my crappy little YouTube channel that started in Buffalo, you know. I started it because, like, I just didn't want...
The chicken wings started in Buffalo.
So. And look at that.
You got it.
We got to ride that wave.
But, like, I really... I started the channel because people crap on the Buffalo car scene. It's not that bad, man. I mean, like, the street racing...
You guys are showing what is really out there.
There's
even,
stuff
it's
here.
blowing me away.
And the
some
legit
of it.
guys, rightfully so, kind of, like, stick to themselves when they try to do their events. Because...
But we've definitely helped to get a little bit bigger in the last few years.
We threw a couple of events this year, and we're not going to say which ones were which for reasons, but we put on a bunch of events, and
they were all
worked
successful.
out.
Everyone had a
great time, no problems, no BS, no drama. Just come out, dude, have fun with your cars. You know, get a cheeseburger at Sonic. Hang out with your buddies.
I love Sonic meat.
Sonic, sponsor us. Give us free Route 44s.
Free fucking food.
I like the milkshakes.
Oh, man. But, no, I mean, I just think that it was cool to get into. But we didn't think how bad winter was going to be with, like, getting content.
Really? You've never been in a Buffalo winter before? You never knew it?
Yeah, but I thought we
knew it was going to be terrible.
Yeah.
We knew for sure it was going to be terrible.
You got to do, like, car reviews or walk around more detailed views of people's cars. The friends that we have.
That was our plan
for the winter.
But our work schedule,
I wanted to do it at Custom Radio because as you see in my snaps, there's always...
There's
always
that's
true.
Yeah, there's always cool cars there.
Yeah.
There ain't much cool out right now, so you got to do it during the summer. But you're already doing other events. It is tough. We're going to need more videos.
But I mean, I'm just...
I gotta piss again.
Now we might as well keep one.
Yeah, that was a good run. Yeah, so like, I knew getting content was going to be tough, but I was hoping that we could film like some snow shenanigans, like blowing donuts in the snow and some crap like that. Because like, I know up north that's not like anything special, but you know, down south, like I know like we were watching on like our little YouTube app. We get like some viewers from like Houston, Texas, and out west, so they've probably never seen cars blow like donuts in a snowy parking lot and screw around.
They might not know what snow is.
Yeah, so like and then there's that rally in the woods that I wanted to do.
That was a cool idea.
Is that around here?
It's up in Niagara Falls, I think. It's like some dude set up a road course through the woods and through his yard.
Is there any limitations on the type of
vehicle? No,
Scott's putting
bring your truck.
Scott's putting his stick.
Lincoln.
Yeah.
No, you're good. Scott's bringing his stick from the fucking V8.
I'll just put some snow tires on the front of the Lincoln.
You got to go through woods. They go through like a little creek pond thing.
I'll put hockey pucks on a suspension.
Dude, it's so sick, and I kind of want to do it, but then work was in the way, and then I was kind of like, man, I don't want to do it. And then I saw more videos of like them going. It's like I thought it was just like a autocross through a dude's field or something. No, they go through like the woods and stuff. It looks sick, and now I'm disappointed because I don't have a car in time. Getting off from work within a week would maybe be kind of tough. So
it's this week.
It's 16th, yeah, January 16th.
Oh, they do it when it's cold out.
They just do it. Yeah, they have a specific.
It was supposed to be set
like the second
through
year.
snow,
and there's
like
nice trophies and
Is
stuff.
there like a safety check or no?
Probably
I
not.
don't think so because there's guys like stock Subarus and pickup trucks doing it last year,
So
drifting around.
Just leave your windshield and all that in.
Yeah, you're not crack.
Maybe I could just leave my car on the road.
Some dude did. Someone did it last year with like a new Subaru.
Yeah, people just do that. I thought
about
about
how much you're gonna send it.
I thought about
truck would did good.
It's big though when they go through some narrow trails.
Yeah.
Self-clearance.
See, the problem is they allow side by sides too, and I think they're in the same category, which obviously no real.
I mean, if you're gonna do it competitive, it kind of probably loses its.
I don't know enough about the event. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't
but
either.
it looks sick.
I would imagine they have
worth
separate
looking
classes.
into.
Yeah, I've never even heard of it.
It sucks though, but I thought about doing it, but it was just like a last minute thing that I saw. So, but next year I am doing that event, and I would love to get out and try to at least film. So maybe I'll try to take off and go film. That'd be cool. I've been working a lot of overtime, so maybe I can get it off. But
you earned it.
I've earned it.
Treat
but that's
yourself.
really cool.
Treat yourself.
I was watching Joe Rogan. That's how I like wanted to do the little podcast thing. And like I'm really into like not just having a YouTube channel, but how everything works, how much time you need, how many subscribers, and ba ba da ba da. So I figured like I need content and I need to get a video up that gives us time. And Joe Rogan has like 3-hour videos that get thousands of views. So I'm like, that's how that guy's making bank.
I
So
don't have an attention span for that.
I love seeing, especially at work or something. You throw a headphone in, or if you're working in your shop or something, and you throw it on in the background. People maybe listen to us banter
one
about
shiny thing in the
400Zs and trucks
I'm
and drinking beers. But I was watching Joe Rogan, and he had Richard Rawlings on there from Gas Monkey.
I hate that guy.
He's no
cool.
Aaron Kaufman.
That guy's a poser.
He's a businessman,
Yeah,
but I dig him. He's cool. But yeah, Gas Monkey's done. He's parting ways with.
That show sucks.
Excuse me, Fast and Loud is parting
Yeah.
ways. Fast and Loud is parting ways. But Gas Monkey
They
is
had a
brand.
good run.
They're moving
They're
on.
doing
They
They're
should
fine.
replace it with Monster Garage. Get
Well,
back
that's
to the
back
real
too.
shit.
Monster
Yeah.
Garage.
Is
I
it back on
saw
the
it.
regular Discovery?
Get
Yeah,
rid of
just
that
I saw it last
trash
week on
and
Mondays.
put the
I
real
think it
shit
is.
back on.
Oh my god,
It was a dude.
Was it good? I didn't get to
They
watch
picked it up like it never even stopped. It was
Really?
great.
Oh, they already
It
did
was
it?
good. Yeah, last week was the first
Did you
episode.
watch it?
I gotta
No.
look it up.
Discovery.
We should
it's
watch
on
it today and make Keith
When our
rewatch.
food gets here, we
All right,
watch
after
it.
Yeah,
this,
we're gonna watch
we're
it.
gonna rewatch
That's gonna be sick.
New Monster Garage.
I'm glad they
Dude,
just-
Jesse's a cool guy. We're like,
Yeah.
I
They
bet
didn't say
he's-
freebie at all, though. I'm a little disappointed.
He's not.
They have more episodes to figure
He's
out.
not like super like.
Did they get any freebies though?
They didn't say anything about price. They had a price limit, but they didn't say anything about price. It was a weird.
Zero.
Nah. It was just, but I just loved it. Just
I had to
let's
put that
get
in
to it
video.
or whatever. They just rolled right into it. It's the same
Dude, it
commentator.
was so
It
sick.
was awesome.
Oh, Big Swag.
Big Schwag
I
is
met him at
still doing
Syracuse.
it.
Had a
Oh,
beer with him.
man.
He's cool.
Isn't
Yeah.
his last name Wagner? That guy. Isn't it?
No,
Cool,
it's
Dylan.
Schwag.
That's so cool. I'm glad you
Like-
said that
like
during
be
our
related to
podcast.
that
Still, you feel cool. You're not
Cool,
him.
we'll just
but
end it
okay.
right there. That's dope. But no, I just like I thought that'd be cool to do like a podcast type thing. We're watching Monster Garage. That's happening.
That is
Oh,
happening.
it
We're wrapping this up shortly.
glad they
Watching
brought it
Monster
back.
Garage. But Joe Rogan and Richard Rawlings were talking about different cars, and it's actually pretty cool. They just talk hot rods for a while, and they said Joe Rogan said there's no good-looking car that is yellow, and Richard Rawlings agreed. And they got on the topic because Richard Rawlings brought up the C8, and he's like, "Oh, that my buddy bought the highlighter yellow color." And I'm like, what are you talking? Some yellow cars are good.
I don't think I've seen it in person, or I think I saw it through like
I know the
windows
color.
real quick,
I've
and I'm
seen
just
that
like,
color.
I know it's way more.
I know the
intense in
color they're
person.
talking about. It's
Yeah.
like perfect word. It's intense.
It's highlight. We
It's-
have.
it's
You've
highlight,
seen
yeah.
the Camaro in our videos. There's a highlighter yellow Camaro. It's Cam's.
Nah,
I
I'm not
like
gonna-
that.
I'm not gonna say
I don't
his
mind
name,
that
but-
color.
That I
Wouldn't
haven't
be my
seen it.
first
I thought it
choice.
was more greenish. I've seen it around.
In person, it's highlighter. It's
But to
Okay.
go out and
It's-
I
say,
think so.
It's ignorant but cool.
Yes.
It's
Agreed.
a cool
Agreed.
color.
but to go out and
Agreed.
say there's no good yellow.
I mean, Diablos.
Dude, are you Diablo? What about any Corvette yellow pulls it
The
off?
Porsche
Viper.
GT3 looks amazing.
Oh,
Yellow.
yeah.
That's-
Viper and Porsche.
There's a lot of
And
Ferraris.
I'll
that
give you
think
some
look
old
good.
cars.
Yeah,
What about
Ferrari,
a
yeah,
Super B?
430.
You tell me you don't want a yellow Super B. You're telling me you don't want a yellow '69
true.
Camaro.
Even
about
the
the- what-
A
truck
Yanko
version.
Camaro.
You're telling me
The
yeah.
Rumblebee.
Oh,
Yeah, you tell me the yellow, but dude.
That's a cool
Richard
truck.
Rawlings and Joe Rogan
I
are
almost
calling you
bought
guys
one.
out. That's baloney. What about a collector's edition Trans Am?
Here it is.
Oh boy.
Why do you really have
Those
a
are
problem?
pretty dope.
Like the color of a school bus.
Oh, you know, school buses are really cool.
Mustard.
I wanted a 30th anniversary. I couldn't afford one, so then I got the next best thing
Are
that
they
I liked
also
when I was a
yellow?
kid.
Well,
No, the 30th is
they're
the white
whites.
and blue.
They're the white and blue
Oh,
I
ones.
had the
Oh,
25th anniversary.
There's a turbo one running around
Like
here.
a
That thing's
silver?
nasty.
The LT1,
Oh.
the one that he had too. That was 25th anniversary.
That I think is the 25th, and that's the LT1. That's got the single strip up the
Was
center.
it? No,
That was
he was in
25th.
305s though.
No.
No.
Dylan's?
No.
Yours
No.
wasn't in 305?
No, he's talking about the anniversaries
Oh.
edition LT1 that's blue and
Oh,
white.
I never met
That one's sick too. I don't think it's got blue wheels though.
No,
The blue wheels
I'm
on the
talking,
30th.
I'm talking about the
Oh.
supercharged LT1 car. That was a 25th anniversary.
Oh, that was.
Is it super?
It was a 30. Was it?
It was either 25th
It was a
or
30th.
30.
Well, no,
Pretty sure it
30th
said 30th.
30th
station by
is
seats.
what Voight has.
I know.
That's a LS one.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to
so
go through my
that's gotta be a
pictures.
25th then.
Yeah.
Because I
know
remember
There was
it
nothing
was-
special about it besides the
It just
seat
had
said.
a little, yeah,
Appearance,
on the seat.
really. Appearance.
It was
package.
nothing but literally just
The
stitching in
LT1
seat.
model?
It's like the Extreme
It was
Blazers.
every
It's
5
just
years they do
appearance.
it.
Yeah, it's cool.
Like a
There's
20th,
nothing on my body.
25th,
Dude, the 30th
30th.
is
Yeah.
sick though.
Oh,
It's got
well,
the
the
wheels,
wheels.
the white interior.
Because it's the
Maybe
end of
some
it, though.
decals?
That's why they
Nothing.
went up.
No,
a little bit
really?
Well,
more
mine's the
fast.
last
Nothing.
Trans
It
Am.
was a
the
complete
02.
base model.
Yeah, they went all
Cloth.
the way out.
Huh.
This is probably sounds terrible on the mic. Two different conversations going, but
Yeah, it's okay. All right, moving on.
But no, I disagree. There's plenty of
Also
good-looking
disagree.
yellow cars. And Richard Rawling likes green.
What about
I don't like
brown
green.
cars,
I
though?
like
Can we
green.
agree brown cars
look
don't
like
look
green.
good?
Anything could look
I
good.
painted my
You know what?
Green-
And being
some
a
greens
painter,
look
I
good,
understand
yeah.
I
that.
painted my
Do
truck
you
line
remember we
green.
got to Motorama? There was a brown Volkswagen like Golf or something like that. There, it was like a light brown. But
I hate brown.
It was
That's the
bag.
worst
It was a
color.
good looking.
Then
car.
again, they have the
It's the color of poo.
Yeah, dirt.
Any color could look good.
Yeah.
It
Just
depends on
adding
the
like
car.
an adult
root beer.
point of
That's
view,
what they
it's the
got.
color of
The
the
root
Okay,
beer
yeah.
is a
Root
good
beer.
color. So
Root
yeah,
beer,
any color
you know,
looks
That's
good.
like a 1970s grandpa color for a car.
Yeah, but
I
now
mean,
it's a
it is,
candy, and
That was a common
Pretty
color in the
sick.
70s.
That's seven. Every color is a candy. In
it wasn't so
1975.
groovy.
No, but I don't know. The Trans Am, I'm not doing anything to the
something
Trans
comes.
Am next year. I'm leaving the Trans Am stock. That's just like a fun daily driver stick.
Yeah, so let's
If you
talk
modify
about
it, it might ruin its value.
let's
too.
talk about what we're doing with our cars.
I don't
this
want to.
spring.
I don't want to be that guy that's like, I don't want to put miles on it to ruin the value. But yeah, I love my collector's
you drive
edition.
it.
It's an investment if I take care of it. But yeah, the Trans Am staying stock.
Which car are you gonna upgrade this year?
Okay, so here's my problem. Gordon has my nailhead, which if you guys haven't watched, I have a 55 Buick. It's like a vintage lead sled from the 60s. Betty Lou's an awesome custom, and she's period correct. So I wanted to redo the motor, and I got a 264 going in it with like a Snyder cam and 3 tube arrows. So it's going to be old school as hell. So my main intention is getting that car squared away. There's some rot in the door in the quarter that I'm going to clean up. Like the car can still have its vintage patina, but when you got like rot in the quarters and stuff, that don't look cool.
Yeah,
So I'm going to get that cleaned up.
Ah.
But then when Betty Lou's done, all my attention 100% is going on the Monte Carlo, disorderly conduct.
What are you gonna do?
Yeah, what's the plan?
I want to go faster. I love bracket racing. I love being
Nitrous
consistent.
or motor swap?
I might spray
Forced
it a little
induction.
bit
Use-
and then bank
yeah.
up some money. And then I want to do, I mean, I don't need to bank up the money. I could do it now, but I don't want to financially ruin my life as an adult.
Well,
building
you're
a-
into cars, so we've already done that.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
ship's
we've-
out.
We've
That
already,
ship's out.
we've already
Sank
ruined
already.
all of our lives.
But I want to make the car faster. I at least want to do like some 750 index racing. I would love to get the car into the sixes.
Yeah.
It seems like
sixes.
nowadays on the street, if you go to the meets, and I'm not talking about the dudes that trailer their stuff out.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the dudes that drive spot to spot, meet to meet. They drive the cars to work. Dude, if you're not mid to low sevens, you're not much.
Yeah.
You're not much at all.
Sad, yeah.
You know, and then you deal with the heavy hitters. Those guys are dipping into the fives.
Everything's just
in,
getting
in the
faster,
Buffalo
yeah.
area. I mean, dude, it's crazy.
5 is flying too.
So
Yeah.
my plan is to get Betty Lou squared away, get the new motor in it, get the tranny freshened up because the tranny's a leaky pile. I mean, it's terrible. Those downflows are terrible. So I want to get Betty Lou squared up. So I wish I could say that like I would do all the stuff to the race car this year, but I honestly feel like this summer is just going to be like the summer of Betty Lou, and then 2022 is going to be taking Wild
Disorderly
from
conduct.
bracket car to maybe doing some outlaw racing with it, doing
Okay.
some.
That's a big step.
It's
Yeah.
a huge step, but I gotta cage it. But I mean,
What do
that
you-
car
are
is
you
but that car's been
thinking-
the same setup for how many years?
Yeah.
It's-
It's been a while.
and it's
Are,
worked.
are you thinking about doing an LS or like a big
Yeah,
block?
6.0, probably like a
6.0.
6.0 or a
Sorry to
6.2.
hear that.
Maybe I got a 5.3 in the garage, but I mean that 5.3's had it.
You'd
And
have to
I
do
got
a
an
full
aluminum
rebuild.
6-liter
I mean-
block.
I mean, you could take it out and rebore it. It's
The
an iron
block, the
right?
block's flaking away, isn't it? 300,000 miles high. So like, you know how like the
Flaking.
cast block, you can just flick.
I got it for
layers
next to
off
nothing.
it.
But
Oh, that's shit.
Well, if you're gonna, I mean,
It's
come on,
perfect for a little
yeah.
stupid project, but I wouldn't put it behind like a serious.
Yeah,
a
you
serious
don't-
build.
It
yeah.
might not
Serious
last.
build.
So that's
Yeah.
my plan. I mean, some of you outlaw guys are gonna watch this and think like, this kid's an
All
idiot.
stupid.
But
All
like,
of
dude,
us.
it's a work in progress. The car's just a bracket car, and it goes rounds, and I can cut a light in it. I'm an old school foot breaker too. I don't got a tranny brake or nothing, but I at least want to maybe get the tranny redone this year with a trans brake, and probably do like a 50 shot or a 100 shot with it this year. So we'll see the car low sevens this year. I'm hoping. I hope next year we're not filming this and it's like, yeah, I blew it off and it went 780 once.
Yeah, age.
So I hope the car actually does something. But that's my plan. I know. What are you gonna do to your truck, Dylan?
Yeah, so this season I plan on doing a couple mods to my truck. I'm going to do some suspension changes, try and get the springs softer in the back, maybe some shock relocation, different softer shocks, and then I'm going to do some drag radials, and I got a intake manifold I'm going to put on it in a wide pipe. So I don't know, I'm planning to pick up like a couple tenths and eighths, nothing crazy. No
Are you
blow.
gonna do that thing with the throttle response? What do they call those in those new cars?
Well, you could change that.
Oh,
with the
you
tune.
turn the sensitivity up.
When I
Yeah.
get it retuned, I'm gonna have to change that.
Because like I've noticed with like a lot of like new fuel injected cars, like your foot hits, and then there's a split second of nothing.
It's not as bad on because you have like different driving modes than mine. So usually when you have different driving modes, that's one of the things they change. Like on economy mode, they make it so like you have to like give half throttle to even start going. You know, sport mode, you just like touch it.
What was your draggy saying that you were running like 860s?
868
on draggy and draggies. I've been on Cletus's channel did it, or I've seen multiple channels where like that. That's usually off with maybe a tenth.
Yeah, and
then your 60 foots are off a little bit, but I mean it's pretty much
my
telling
60
you.
foot is trash too. I'm like running like a 233 60 foot and running 868. So I think if I get the suspension dialed in and the tires and the pos unit, I should be able to get into the low eights.
I definitely want to do our own little. I mean, it's already been done. It's old news, but I definitely want to do like a draggy video.
We should do a draggy thing and a dyno.
That'd be cool.
I want to do the dyno before I do the next round of shit.
Yeah. No, definitely. But if that's all you're doing, are you doing anything to the GTO? Because I kind of want to see the GTO run the F-150. Because when me and him ran, it was close, but he nips me at top end by at least half a fender. So I think the GTO, because what you got a 6.0 in yours, right? You got the Goodyear, yeah.
But
it'd be a cool race.
Definitely, you and Chris have like the driver mod on me on that one. You're
It's your first-
definitely like I could drive stick, but it's not aggressively.
Yeah, because your mini truck, you never rode gear. You know. You
No,
never
I mean
slammed
it's
gears
fun,
in
but
that,
it's low and slow. I don't plan on doing anything upgrade wise, power wise, like a cam or anything this year. I gotta go through the suspension. I'm gonna be lowering it and make sure all the bushings are good. Make sure it's good to actually beat on.
Yeah.
Check I don't know how much tranny fluid's in it. I don't know if there's any diff fluid in it. I don't know much about it. I gotta go through it and then I'll be comfortable beating on it, and we'll see maybe. I don't know about from a dead stop. Probably do a roll of some sort because unless I do possibly plan on changing the clutch. I might do an LS7 clutch, but we'll see how crazy I get into it.
Anything with the mini truck?
No, I'm just gonna drive that.
The mini truck's sick.
I had to bring
the.
I had to drop the tranny.
Is it
2.2.
Oh,
No, it's a 2.2. It's a 5-speed.
Is that a quad 4 or Ecotech motor?
I don't know.
You don't even know.
I don't know what that
It's
means.
not, I think it's an Eco.
What year is it? Like a later?
It's like what, 98 or something?
99.
I'm not sure. It could be either one. It's probably a quad 4
It's
motor.
slow. That's all I know.
Yeah, no, it's just low
It's
and
just
slow.
cool,
Yeah,
yeah,
it's just
that's all.
modern, low and slow. I love that truck.
But,
That's sick.
Yeah.
No, that's I wanted to see that a lot this year. That thing was killer to ride around, and I'm glad he let me drive it.
yeah.
I want a mini truck. That's
I wanna
something
be
on
out
my
more.
list. Every car guy I think has that list of like that never ends.
Never ending.
But a mini truck is towards the top of mine. That or like a Crown Vic or something. Because I
Really?
drive.
Crown Vic with the mini truck? Like,
Well,
that's
because
saying a
I
lot
drive-
for my mini truck.
I drive back and forth 35 minutes every day, and I'm
Yeah.
racking up miles on my truck. I want to get something that's decent on gas that I can put 1,000,000 miles on. But I want a toy.
I think I filled the mini truck like
car, dude, I
twice
can't
a
go out and
year.
buy an old Ford Taurus. Like I'm not doing it. I
Yeah.
want something I can drive back and forth to work. That it could be a tinker toy.
Could be
And a
cool,
mini
yeah.
truck S10 stick would get great gas mileage.
Oh, yeah.
It'd be fun. It'd be cool to slam and drag ass and cruise on the ground.
I
so.
do want to start dragging it. I gotta come up with something because it's body dropped. It's kind of tough. Most people lay frame and drag the frame.
Yeah.
The trailer balls.
That's
Oh, yeah,
unsafe.
they weld them upside down.
Yeah, they'll pop out. They can go through someone's windshield. That's not
cares?
good.
I can see that.
Screw
I can
those
see that.
guys. No, but
cares?
I'll come up. I'll do drag blocks, but I gotta set it up a way that I could drop the back and not
Lay sparks.
pull my
Yeah.
my roll pan off, which I kind of made fit. So I got a lot of work into it. I just don't want to drag and destroy
No,
it. which
yeah, no, I don't blame you.
I guess I'm
like
weak.
anything. I bet there's more to that than people think. You don't just weld trailer hitch balls on it and just slam it. I could see.
Yeah.
I could see that where if your welds aren't just right and you hit a pothole, you could.
Well, I guess they
You have
actually
a ball.
break where it like comes together.
Okay.
Because
yeah.
I mean, if you're just dropping it on there, and its force is just gonna take the weakest part out.
Yeah, good
I don't know.
point.
I don't want to hurt people either.
No,
so
no.
I'll get drag blocks. They adjust though, so when they start wearing out, you can slide them down.
Okay, that's cool.
That is something I'd like to do.
So
Maybe not
they're
this year,
intended
but-
for that.
Yeah, and you can get titanium ones. So it's super white sparks. That looks sick.
Chris, are you doing anything to your Corvette?
Yeah.
We're all over here ranting and talking. I want to hear what are you doing to the vent?
So as soon as I pull my car out, The first thing I want to do to it's going to be brakes. I was pretty rough on it all season last year. Every race I can get into, I was bad with it.
Yeah, that thing just went to country clubs before you got it. So
yeah, it's living its life finally.
It's probably still on its original brakes. I would imagine it would be.
Yeah.
So we're going to do brakes as soon as they get it out.
how many miles are on it now?
I bought it with 11,000 and now it has like 16 something.
Oh, wow. Yeah, you
No,
know.
yeah,
That's a lot.
very beaten on miles too.
Very rough.
And then I do want to do Tick Master Cylinder has a replacement for my factory Master Cylinder. I've been having problems with the car where if I try grabbing gears at too high of an RPM, especially if the tires are spinning, or just even some of the videos you've seen I've been racing, I'll go to grab second and it just completely blocks me out.
Yeah, it sounds like you miss a shift.
It
but
grinds. Yeah. Apparently the master cylinder doesn't allow enough fluid to move through it to actually let the clutch do what it needs to do at that high of RPM. So that has to get done this spring. I can't go without it anymore. And then beyond that, it'd just be aesthetic stuff. So I really want to supercharge the car. I know that's probably not going to happen. I want to have the lifters gone through on the car.
You should do the intake manifold too, the porting.
Yes, people are actually saying once they're cammed and they port the factory intake, they're
a nice little.
Do you have to port the heads then to really make it worth
you
it?
don't. No,
No?
they say when most people are.
Oh wait, those are
choosing
LS3 heads, right?
Yeah,
those
they're
are
using
LS3s. Those do flow really well. Those are something that people go to.
Right.
gonna
The
port
intake's
my
a good
intake,
one.
too.
Yeah.
Porting the intake's supposed
Okay.
to do a lot. It's still rather expensive to have done,
It's
surprisingly,
like
but
250.
I believe it. Yeah.
yeah, I think it's
Ford
more-
people pay that much.
Yeah, I think it's like 6 or 8 or
It's
something
cheap.
like that.
Yeah.
And of course, also, I still need a roof.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So
Are you gonna
guys-
do the black wheels or not?
I mean,
I want black wheels. I think my
I
car
wanna
looks
see your
kinda
car
ugly.
black wheels. 'cause
there's big things coming this year. We're gonna plastic dip all of our
On the
rims.
plastic
Oh, big
wheels,
things,
yeah,
big
big
things.
things coming
Big
forward.
things.
I'm putting 3 tools on your 55. It's gonna be a bad bitch.
Straight to Pep Boys.
I did get a gift card for
there's
Vance
no
Auto
chrome
this
on the car,
Christmas,
though.
so I'm gonna go wild.
The black wheels look good with the black roof and everything, so I kind of want to see that. I'm a big sucker for deep dish wheels, though. When you get like a chrome or aluminum lip, that's why it's cool. I think his car
Yeah,
would look
that's
good
why,
with that.
like Peter's wheels. I think Peter's car looks awesome.
Those are cool wheels, yeah.
We got to do a track day where all of us go out to the track and see what our stuff runs. Even if it is your GTO, or just run the mini truck, dude.
I did take the drain truck down the drag strip. I did it this
What
slow
did
as
it run?
possible. I think I did like a 20-second lap at like 35 miles an hour. Just as a joke, I wanted to go as slow as possible. Because they gave me the ticket when I went to cruise night, and I was just like, well, I gotta take it down. And that was before I put
I've
the...
seen like broken funny cars run that.
Thanks. Well, I had to do a slave cylinder in it
Or
last
just,
year.
Like, they just like come off the line and blow the tranny apart like 20 feet out, and they still coast.
So granted, I also couldn't shift it very well because of the slave cylinder going bad. It was right at the end of the year, so as soon as I brought it out, like last year now, I had to drop the transmission immediately and do the slave cylinder, master cylinder. It was a pain, but that's what I do.
Yeah,
That's why I have a lot of projects. But that's what I did this year.
The red Trailblazer's squared away. That thing's
Yeah, I
looking
got a
good.
couple little aesthetic things on the interior to do, clean it up, get some nice photos of it.
Yeah.
You have no hopes in seeing the black one in your sights, do you?
Not this year. I want to have my own garage first before I tinker with it. But the plans, I have a built motor for it. I have a transmission core. It'll be a 4L80 with a 408 LS. And I do still want to turbo it someday, so we'll see. I want to be able to tinker
Why
with
does
it.
everybody go turbo? Comment
Well, the
below.
goal-
Because, like, why? I think it'd just be so much, especially for me, to dump a 6.0 in the Monte Carlo, put a nice cam in it, a good set of heads, obviously a nice intake, and then just, boom, nice Whipple
I
on
mean,
top. And then
okay,
it's.
yeah.
The Whipple costs more though.
Yeah, but you
I
gotta
mean,
pay a dude to fabricate and make all that.
Yeah,
Oh, there's
and
people
it's
that make
way-
this stuff,
It's
though,
way
yeah.
easier to just put a Whipple on. If you get a big enough Whipple, it's kind of almost better.
And it's just easier to
Less
tune. Like
shit to
I've
fuck
seen
with.
guys like when they're tuning turbos and stuff, like they're getting power coming in too soon, so they're wrecking the tires off their cars. Like turbos just seem like, to me,
They're real finicky.
there just seems like there's a lot more involved, rather than just being a Neanderthal and
Yeah.
dumping a blower on top.
I'd have to
and then
disagree
The power's
a little,
always there,
actually.
so you can tune accordingly. And
I
then-
feel like they're getting better. I'm seeing a lot of turbo cars. A lot of people are going to turbo. They're getting it dialed down.
Oh, you see way more turbo cars.
Yeah,
nowadays.
I think
Way
it'd be
more.
cool because I already had the idea. I want to do a turbo. I already sold like the cam, the headers, all the cool stuff I had that
Yeah.
made it fast and fun. I already sold that. I want to rebuy it again. So
Yeah.
stick with turbo and maybe someday supercharge the GTO. Just
mean-
so I have a piece of each. You know, I can
Yeah.
have fun, but one day.
I've seen bolt-on built 5.3s with turbos going like high 6s.
Oh,
There's a
yeah.
dude with a black Trans Am in the area.
I also don't want to put a cage in it though either. I want it to be fun,
Oh,
like
yeah.
kind of scary, but like I don't want to go
I don't care
that
about a
crazy
cage,
with that
but
one.
I get it's just like what you want to do with your
Yeah.
car. Like to me, my Monte Carlo, that's always my drag car until it gets wrecked or I blow it up or wreck.
Yeah.
Something.
I put too much
until
love into them.
yeah.
I just don't want to wreck them
Yeah.
immediately.
My Monte Carlo, that's that. I want like a Vega or something lighter and smaller. Like everyone does the LX Mustangs and they're sick, and I get it, like the Fox bodies. But I would love
Love a
I
notch.
would love a Vega. Like I would love like a mod, like a Vega, like
they're
an
hard
old
to
school
find
Vega,
out.
like all done up, all 70s, goofy looking, like metal flake paint.
Oh,
but then
14-inch
both
Traeger.
flakes.
yeah, Krager's in the front, like Halibrands in the back with like.
That'd be sick.
And then like you open the hood and it's got like a turbo 6.0 in it. That'd be dope.
Yeah.
That'd be cool. You know, and they're light. But you know what? Finding them cheap now is getting tough because everybody and their mother made them into race cars back in the day.
Yeah.
They were I almost want to say they might have been the LX Mustangs of their time in the
yeah.
70s.
They were built really like cheap metal too.
Oh yeah, they were just cheap. They was like
All
the
the
first
ones
cheap,
that
crappy
were-
70s
yeah.
economy cars.
All the race car ones, their frames or bodies are all destroyed, and then the other ones
Yeah,
are rusted.
you don't see a lot of them anymore. I mean, at the drag strips you'll see them. You'll see Monzas. Monzas are a little bigger.
Yeah.
And then there's like the Monza, and then I think there's like the Skylark, like Buick, old. They all have their version of the Monza that you see. But I mean, that's what I would like to do. That'd be killer. But for now, the Monte Carlo's my race car, and I have too many memories and just sentimental value. Like believe me, I'd like to sell it and get something lighter and smaller, but I can't, man. The Monte Carlo's like a friend.
You just
know?
don't see too many of them
Be like
racing
selling
around
Dylan.
either.
What happened to Dylan? Who would end up with him? They gotta take care of him. I don't know.
Are you gonna go to a good home?
You gotta feed me and stuff.
Yeah.
It's a lot of responsibility.
That sounds like way too much work.
I would be
already.
terrified if I sell because I still care about the car. It would suck to sell it to someone and then in 10 years see it down the road. It's just a roached out
Yeah.
pile.
Either it
that
gets
some
wrecked or
kid's
just
got a free.
destroyed.
That's
Yeah.
always scary thinking.
That's
about
why I
that.
don't want to get
Yeah.
rid of anything.
Yeah. Unless you're ready. Like I sold my
Yeah.
other SS and the kid's taking care of it. But I hit a point with that
We also
car.
had two of them. Yeah. So.
Yeah, I hit a point with that car where it either needed to have a paint job and taken care of or move on. But it was
Yeah.
still a nice enough car that someone could work off of it. Like it's not like sometimes people sell cars, dude, they're too far gone. No one's bringing that back.
I love picking up crappy projects from other people. The mini
Yeah,
truck,
I've
the
done
rat
that.
rod,
Right, you
they're
have
like
the money
forgotten
and the knowledge.
projects.
My C10 was like that. It looked like crap before.
Yeah. But you hit a point where it's like, dude, this is more or less a pile of crap, or
Yeah.
It's a parts
this is
car.
a legit project that some guy's gonna build. I mean, it's it depends, but
10 years down the road, I have a functioning vehicle now. Yay.
yeah, yeah, definitely. But
Yeah.
no, but guys, I think this was kind of a success. I don't know. Maybe people will watch.
10 people watches it.
Yeah, watch a bunch of dudes drink beer and joke around and talk cars, but it was something different. I wanted to try it on the channel, so I'm glad you guys could be here.
Yeah.
That was killer. Thank you guys. Like and subscribe. Let us know what you think of this. If it was terrible, if it was good, if it was entertaining. I don't know, but I wanted content and I wanted to get something up, so thank you guys.